with us, Jeffrey. I want to bring in former prosecutor David Schwartz, also Kathleen Mullen, defense attorney. David, all right, you just heard the laundry list of things that we just heard from Jeffrey. Pulled over, there's guns, camouflage. The person overheard him saying, I'm planning to flee police. That doesn't sound good.
No, that's what we call consciousness of guilt. So when you have the
I'd say it's called overwhelming consciousness of guilt.
Overwhelming consciousness of guilt. So, I mean, this guy, I don't know what snapped. Those pictures looked so nice, the wedding pictures that we saw. But the bottom line is that evidence will be brought into this trial, and so that'll be on top of whatever evidence they have as to the motive of the killing. And
Kathleen Mullen, defense attorney, right? We hear the camouflage. We heard that it's an AR-15-like gun. We also hear a .22 caliber ammunition. That doesn't sound good if you're the defense attorney. What do you do?
So it's a throwback to the O.J. White Bronco, you know, and it really sort of...
sounds a lot to me like Scott Peterson with a camouflage. Remember Scott Peterson? We don't know about the dyed hair at all in this case, but remember that was like he was caught with all these things.
Yes, and none of those things are good, Rita, but...
Certainly not.
Let's focus on this. The crime is one of a knife. The throats of the wife and the baby were slit. I heard nowhere that there was a knife found or that there was any evidence consistent with the crime found. Everything found in the car doesn't bode well for this gentleman, Mr. Vanderweg. But let's keep our eye on the ball. This is a crime where a 3-month-old baby has had its throat slit. I mean, this is not a crime where this man is employed at Costco. He goes to work every day. There's no indication that co-workers said he was behaving erratically or under a doctor's care.
So the cops just arrested him randomly, Kathleen? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think they arrested him randomly, but I do think that we have to take one thing at a time. I know that people have been very upset that he lawyered up. Well, it was the smartest thing he ever could have done. It's the smartest thing anyone who is being looked at.
All right, but let me ask you, David Schwartz, the cops are saying that that hindered the investigation. Kathleen brings up that he did stop. He said, I don't want to talk. He did do 2 interviews, but then he said, oh, I've got to talk to my attorney. If your wife is found dead and your baby is found dead, and they've been trying to have a child for some time, you go, okay, well, I'm not going to help. Don't you say, I'll tell you everything. Come on in.
Of course. I mean, when you put on your prosecutor's hat, of course, that's going to raise the lights for the police department. They know that they're going to focus in on this individual. However, you know, I do agree with Kathleen, you know, from the criminal defense standpoint, if you're the husband and you come home and you find your baby and your wife killed, you should get a lawyer.
But don't you cooperate with authorities?
Well, if you're innocent, you do, but if you're guilty, you may not.
Those things are not mutually exclusive. You can get an attorney and still cooperate with the investigation.
But that's not what we're hearing. We're hearing from authorities that he has hindered the investigation by not talking. What does that say to you?
That his attorney has made a decision based on what he or she knows, that to provide an open access to his or her client at this time is not in the best interest of the client. Remember, we have one job, which is to zealously represent one client at a time to the boundary of the law.
But he's arrested because there is other evidence. We don't know the other evidence yet. He's arrested because there's other evidence, not because he has an attorney.
Right, there's
no
clearly other stuff. In fact, let me go to the knife. You brought up an interesting point. Let me go back, if I could, to Jeffrey Boney. Jeffrey, one of the things that's interesting about the knife, authorities, what I'm being told is that apparently when they pulled him over, they said, do you have any knives in there? And he gave a bizarre answer. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Craig indicated to the officer who had stopped him that he asked him if he had any knives on him, and he stated, no, I'm not a knife guy. And so they didn't locate any knives on his person or in the vehicle, but they did also locate 2 loaded pistols that were on his person, one in his waistband and one in his ankle holster. He did provide them with a concealed handgun permit that was issued out of Weld County, but no knives on it.
Was he allowed to be there? Because, of course, again, the deaths took place. Now they're saying murders took place, of course, in Texas. He's apparently going to Colorado for the funerals of his wife and his baby. Was he allowed to be where he was found in Colorado? Do we know that, Jeffrey?
Well, we know that he's been taken into custody and he's been charged with capital murder. Whether he's going to be transported back to Texas, we don't know that as of yet.
All right, but we do know something else was found, and Jeffrey, I got to ask you about this. This, to me, does not look good for him. Apparently, also in the car, they find, condoms, and that his wedding band conveniently doesn't sound to be on his finger, but it is in his pocket. Is that right?
Yeah, there are numerous things that really are odd about this particular case, and of course, yeah, there are the items that were found in his vehicle. We don't know exactly what the motive and intent that he had the condoms and his wedding band removed and all that stuff for, but what we do know is that he's been now charged with capital murder, and he's going to have to face up to these very serious charges.
And he also said he was going to Las Vegas. Doesn't everybody who finds their dead wife and child say, I'm going to go to Las Vegas and gamble?
Well, I mean, you know, clearly this gentleman has some emotional challenges and some deep things going on within him. So let's hope justice comes to the family of these two precious individuals who had their lives taken.
You bet. Well, we also have some breaking news on an Amber Alert, which is